Animal habitats. In this video we have compiled all of our animal habitat videos into one. So feel free to use the timestamps on the screen to watch that particular section, or sit back and enjoy all of the animal habitat videos. Savanna animals. What is a savanna? A savanna is a large flat area of tropical grassland. There are savannas in lots of different countries, but mainly in Africa. These countries are found near to the equator. So let's take a look at some of the animals that you might find in the savanna. Lions. Lions are powerful hunters. They live in groups called prides. A male lion is the head of the pride. The male lions have a mane of hair around their head. This protects them during fights with other lions. It is the job of the male lion to protect its herd. The female lions hunt together for food for their pride. They also look after the lion cubs. Lions are most active at night, when it is much cooler. During the day, they spend most of their time resting in the shade. Giraffes. There are 4 different types of giraffe: northern, southern, Maasai and reticulated. Each type has a different pattern on their skin. Giraffes are the tallest living animal. They have very long legs and necks. This helps them to reach the leaves on the high tree branches. Elephants. African elephants are the largest living animal on land. They can grow to be 3 meters tall. Elephants eat roots, grasses, fruit, leaves and tree bark. They are so strong they can push down a tree to reach their leaves. Elephants are very intelligent and have the biggest brain in the animal world. Zebras. Zebras are a type of wild horse. They are a different species to horses you would see on the farm though. Just like humans have unique fingerprints, each zebra has its own unique set of stripes. Zebras live in herds, which help to protect them from predators such as lions. There are 3 species of zebra. They each have different stripe patterns. Gazelles. Gazelles are very fast. They are preyed on by many other animals, so they rely on their speed to escape. They sleep for just 5 minutes at a time, for a total of 1 hour per day. They sometimes form herds with zebras and wildebeest to help them survive. Warthogs. Warthogs are a type of pig. A male warthog is a boar. A female is a sow. Baby warthogs are piglets. They have 4 big tusks which they use for defence. However, they will often choose to avoid a predator by running away or hiding in a burrow rather than fighting. Rhinoceros, or rhinos. There are 2 types of rhino in Africa, black and white. Black rhinos are much smaller than white rhinos. Black and white rhinos both have 2 horns on the front of their face. Although they are incredibly big, they only eat plants. Females and baby rhinos live in small herds. Adult males tend to live on their own. Hippopotamus, or hippos. Hippos spend most of their time in the water during the day. This is to keep them cool. They come onto land at night to eat. A hippo's eyes, nose and ears are all on top of its head. This helps them to see, breathe and hear when the rest of their body is underwater. Hippos mostly eat grass, but they have been known to eat small animals too. Steenbok antelope. Steenbok antelopes have very large ears and eyes. This means they have excellent hearing and eyesight. Antelopes eat leaves, grasses, berries and seeds. They rarely drink and get all the water they need from their food. When a predator is nearby, antelopes will stay completely still in the grass. If a predator gets too close, they will run away very quickly. Wildebeest. Wildebeest are a type of antelope. They live in huge herds. They migrate hundreds of miles every year to find fresh grass to eat. Both male and female wildebeest have horns. They use these to defend themselves. Wildebeest are fast, which means they can often outrun predators. Cheetah. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal. They can reach 70 miles per hour in 3 seconds. That's the same speed cars travel on the motorway. Cheetahs get tired quickly though. and can only run at this speed for about 20 seconds. To save energy, cheetahs stalk their prey very carefully before jumping out and chasing them. Spotted hyena. Although they look like dogs, hyena are more closely related to cats. Hyenas can hunt, but they are mostly scavengers. This means they pick up the food left behind by other animals. When they do hunt, they work together in a pack. It takes a group of 10 to 25 hyenas to catch just one zebra. There are so many more animals in the savannah, such as ostrich and baboons. There are even more reptiles and insects too. We hope you've enjoyed learning about all of these animals. Thanks for watching. Rainforest animals. What is a rainforest? A rainforest is an area of tall, mostly evergreen trees and a high amount of rainfall. Tropical rainforests are found in Central and South America, Western and Central Africa, Western India, Southeast Asia, New Guinea and Australia. Let's take a look at some of the animals you might find in a rainforest. Sloths. Sloths are known for being particularly slow-moving creatures. All of their movements are careful and deliberate. They are mostly nocturnal and spend up to 90% of their time hanging upside down. Sloths have fairly poor vision and hearing, so they rely on a strong sense of smell and touch. Emerald tree boa. The emerald tree boa is a non-venomous snake, which is often found in the Amazon rainforest. They are fairly solitary animals and only descend to the ground in order to climb a different tree. However, they can move quite swiftly from tree to tree amongst the branches and foliage. As they are nocturnal, they are mostly active at night. Scarlet macaw. The scarlet macaw is one of several species of macaw. The macaws are distinguishable thanks to their different colours of plumage. Other species include the blue and yellow macaw, the great green macaw, and the red-fronted macaw. There are at least 17 known species altogether. Most macaws are intelligent, social birds, which often gather together in flocks of 10 or more. They make a very loud, throaty, squawking noise. Jaguar. The elegant jaguar is a member of the wildcat family that can be found in the rainforest regions. It is the largest of all cats in the Americas and is the third largest in the world. They are solitary creatures who tend to live and hunt alone. A male jaguar will aggressively protect its territory from other males. Toucan. Toucans have very large, colourful bills. This is mainly used for eating and attracting a mate. It can also be used as a weapon if necessary, as it is sharp. They mainly eat fruit and use their bill to pick and break it open. Fruit is widely available in the rainforest, so they rarely struggle to find food. They are agile, well camouflaged, and have exceptional eyesight. Orangutans. Orangutans are the largest tree-dwelling animal on Earth. They swing between the tree branches and sleep in nests where they are safer from predators such as leopards. They are intelligent apes and are closely related to humans, sharing almost 97% of the same genes. Orangutans have distinctive red fur. They are omnivores and they eat fruit, leaves, nuts and insects. Giant anteater. Giant anteaters are carnivores, feeding on insects such as termites. They have a 2-foot-long tongue, which helps them to reach insects inside habitats, such as ant nests and termite mounds. Their tongue is coated in sticky saliva to catch their prey. Their nose can differentiate between different insects by the smell. There are many more animals found in the rainforest, such as many different frog species, as well as some species of tigers and monkeys. I hope you enjoyed learning about these animals today. Thanks for watching. Desert animals. Desert biomes cover 1/3 of the Earth's surface and are the driest of all the biomes. They receive less than 20 inches of rain each year, and it is difficult to predict when or where it will occur. There are hot deserts and cold deserts. Let's take a look at some of the hot desert animals now. Camels. Camels are social mammals. They roam the deserts in search of food and water. They are used by people for transport across the desert. Camels live up to 50 years old and grow to around 2 meters tall. They can run at speeds of up to 40 miles an hour for short amounts of time. Camels eat grass, grains, seeds, twigs, and even plants with thorns, and despite popular belief, they do not store water in their humps. Scorpions. Scorpions have 2 eyes on the top of their heads, and some have up to 5 pairs of eyes on each side of their heads. They catch their prey with their pincers and crush it. All scorpions are poisonous. 25 species of scorpions are deadly to humans. They have an exoskeleton, which helps them keep water in their bodies in order to survive in the harsh temperatures. Snakes. Rattlesnakes are the most famous of desert snake. They are extremely venomous. Copperheads and cottonmouths also live in the desert. These snakes are all pit vipers. They have 2 pits under their nostrils to detect heat. This enables them to hunt warm-blooded prey. The pits are so sensitive that the snake can detect prey and even determine the size of an animal in complete darkness. Vultures. There are 23 different species of vulture. They save energy in the hot deserts by soaring with their huge wings rather than flapping them. Their wingspan is between 2 meters and 2.5 meters. They are scavengers, which means they do not kill their own food, but eat the leftovers of other dead animals. They have very good eyesight and a strong sense of smell. Tarantulas. Tarantulas can be found in parts of America and African deserts. They live underground to cope with the heat. They do not spin webs, but instead live in burrows. They use their silk to make doors to their burrows. They hunt at night when it is cooler. They eat insects, beetles, and grasshoppers. Lizards. The desert horned lizard is adapted to very hot temperatures because it has horns behind its head and thick scales which keep the heat out. They eat insects which help to control the insect's population. They have long tails, 4 legs and 5 toes on each foot. They live for about 8 years. There are many more animals found in the desert. I hope you've enjoyed learning about these animals today. Which were your favourites? Thanks for watching. What animals live in the Arctic? The Arctic is a polar region located in the northmost part of Earth. Polar bears. Polar bears are the largest carnivores that live on land. Seals make up most of a polar bear's diet. Polar bears use the Arctic sea ice to hunt them. They have black skin, and although their fur appears white, it is actually see-through. They have a layer of blubber beneath their skin to keep them warm. Young polar bears, called cubs, are born between November and January, while their mothers are hibernating in a den. Seals. Seals in the Arctic live on the sea ice and dive into the water through gaps to hunt for fish and crustaceans. They pull themselves along the sea ice with their front flippers, which have strong claws. They have a thick layer of fat called blubber beneath their skin to keep them warm. Baby seals are born with thick fur to keep them warm. This thins as the seals get fatter. Mothers carry their young for about 10 months, then dig nests into the sand to have their young. Baby seals, called pups, will stay on land until they get their waterproof fur, which can take around a month. Snowy owl. Snowy owls hunt at day and night. Their favourite food is lemmings, which is a small rodent, but they also hunt other animals, such as the Arctic hare. They have feathery legs and toes to keep them warm. They perch on rocks as there are no trees. Once young owls, known as owlets, hatch, the male owl provides food for the female and young owl, which do not leave their nest for around 25 days. The owlets are able to fly after around 50 days. Walrus. Walruses have 2 large tusks, which are used for cutting through ice, defence, and getting out of the water. They also have whiskers which help them find shellfish to eat. They have a thick layer of fat called blubber beneath their skin to keep them warm. Walrus are social animals and can be found in big groups on the ice. Female walruses carry their young, called calves, for 15 to 16 months before giving birth. As soon as a calf is born, they can swim and stay close to their mothers for 3 years. Husky. Huskies are dogs that pull sleds in the Arctic regions. They are really good at pulling sleds for very long distances and are also used in sled dog races. Huskies have thick double coats to protect them from the harsh weather. Husky pups are usually born in a litter of between 4 and 8 pups. Reindeer. Reindeer are also known as caribou. They feed on moss, grass and plants. Males and females have very large antlers. In winter, reindeers travel south to avoid the cold weather. Their hooves are sharp, which help them walk on the ice and rocks. At birth, a baby reindeer, called a calf, weighs 5 to 20 pounds. Calves start growing their first set of antlers around their 2nd birthday. There are many more Arctic animals, such as Arctic hares and Arctic foxes. I hope you've enjoyed learning about these animals today. Which were your favourite? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. What animals live in Antarctica? There are lots of fascinating creatures that call the continent of Antarctica home. Antarctica is the southernmost continent and site of the South Pole. It is a virtually uninhabited, ice-covered landmass. Let's start with the emperor penguin. The emperor penguin is one of 7 different types of penguins that live in Antarctica. Emperor penguins are the biggest type of penguin in the world. They are only found in Antarctica. Emperor penguins don't build nests. The male penguins keep their eggs warm by balancing it on top of his feet under a loose fold of skin. He will do this for up to 75 days. All of this time, he won't eat anything until the egg has hatched and the female has returned with food. Wandering albatross. Wandering albatrosses are one of the biggest birds in the world. They have the largest wingspan of any bird in the world. Their wingspan can measure up to 3.5 metres. Albatross are fantastic gliders. They can soar through the air for several hours without needing to flap their wings. There are several different types of seals that live in Antarctica, such as leopard seal, elephant seal and fur seal. Leopard seals are named after their spotted coats, which makes them look a little like a leopard. Male elephant seals are bigger than the females and have large trunk-like noses, which is where they get their names from. Fur seals have thick fur and a thicker layer of blubber under their skin. This helps to keep them warm in Antarctic temperatures. Orca. Orcas are very intelligent and very social. They live in pods of up to 30 orcas. They are also known as killer whales. However, orcas aren't actually whales, but are a type of dolphin. Orcas are one of the fiercest predators in the sea. They eat seals, sea lions, penguins, squid, sea turtles, whales, and even sharks. Orcas work together in groups to hunt their prey. Blue whales. Blue whales are the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth. They can weigh as much as 200 tons. For comparison, a double-decker bus only weighs 12 tons. Blue whales mostly eat krill. One adult can eat about 4 tons of krill per day. Blue whales usually live alone or in pairs. They are one of the loudest animals on the planet. Their cries can be louder than a jet engine. Dusky dolphin. Dusky dolphins are very social and playful. They can often be seen leaping, flipping and gliding in the air after jumping high out of the sea. They usually live in groups of 20 to 30 other dolphins in the day, but will hunt with up to 1,000 dolphins. Dusky dolphins eat squid, fish, shrimp and anchovies. These were just a few of the animals that live in Antarctica. Which were your favourites? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Australian animals. Australia is filled with animals, and it is estimated to have between 200,000 and 300,000 species in total. Let's take a look at some of their native animals now. Kangaroo. Kangaroos are mammals and belong to a group called marsupials. This means that the mother carries their young in a pouch. Kangaroos have large, strong legs with big feet. This makes them great jumpers. They also have a long tail to keep them balanced and a small head. Kangaroos live in a group called mobs, and a baby kangaroo is known as a joey. Echidna. The echidna can be found all over Australia and is the most common Australian mammal. The echidna looks a bit like a hedgehog with a long, thin snout. It has very sharp spikes along its back and sides, as well as a long tongue, which they flick out to catch insects with. When an echidna is scared, it curls up into a spiky ball to protect itself from predators. Emu. The emu is the largest bird in Australia and the second largest bird in the world. Emus have long necks, sharp beaks and small ears. They have two sets of eyelids, one for blinking and the other to keep the dust out. They have 3 toes on each foot. One toe on each foot has a long claw. This is used for fighting. Wombats. Wombats are only found in the wild in Australia. They are mammals and marsupials. Wombats have short legs, a small head, wide feet and strong claws. They are great at digging. They live in underground dens called burrows. The burrows are made from roots of fallen trees, soil, leaves and rocks. Possum. Possums are marsupials. Most possums live in hollow tree trunks, but some build nests known as drays in bushes or trees. Possums are nocturnal. They are mainly herbivores. However, they have been known to eat insects and bird eggs. They eat eucalyptus and other leaves. They also love flowers and fruit. Koala. Koalas are found in the wild in Australia. Although they are often called koala bears, they are not bears. They are actually marsupials, like wombats, possums and kangaroos. A baby koala is called a joey. Joeys live in their mother's pouch for about 6 months. Koalas are good at climbing trees. They use the sharp claws on their front paws to hold onto branches and to grip their food. They are herbivores, and their favourite tasty treat are eucalyptus leaves. Platypus. Platypuses are mammals. They live on land and in water. They are only found in eastern Australia and Tasmania, in small rivers and streams. They have a bill, or beak, a tail, fur and webbed feet. Although they are mammals, platypuses lay eggs instead of having babies. Platypuses are nocturnal. They close their eyes and ears when they dive underwater and dig up the riverbeds with their bills to find worms, insects and shrimp. Tasmanian devil. The wild Tasmanian devil can only be found in the wild in Tasmania. The Tasmanian devil is a marsupial. Tasmanian devils are mostly black, but often have white marks on their chest. Tasmanian devils are carnivores, which means they only eat meat. They eat lizards, frogs, insects, and any animal meat they can find. Which of these animals was your favourite? Thanks for watching. Ocean animals. An ocean is a huge body of salt water. Almost 3/4 of the Earth is covered in the ocean. The ocean contains almost 98% of all the water on Earth, and almost 80% of the Earth's ocean haven't even been explored yet. More than 200,000 different species of plants and animals live in oceans around the world. Let's take a look at some of those sea creatures now. Octopus. Octopuses are carnivores. They can be found in all the world's oceans. Octopuses are very good at camouflage. They can change colour in an instant and can even change the texture of their skin to match the rocks nearby. If they feel threatened, they can squirt dark ink, which confuses the predator and gives the octopus time to escape. Sea turtles. Sea turtles are reptiles. They can be found in tropical and subtropical waters all around the world. There are 7 different types of sea turtles. Sea turtles have been around for a very long time. They have even existed on Earth at the same time as the dinosaurs. Some types of turtles are carnivores, some are omnivores, and some are herbivores. The oldest recorded sea turtle was 188 years old. Jellyfish. Jellyfish can be found in oceans all around the world. Jellyfish have existed for at least 600 million years. Some jellyfish are clear, but they can be brown, yellow, pink, purple or blue. Jellyfish don't have a brain, heart, bones or eyes. Many types of jellyfish have tentacles that sting. They use them to stun their prey. Their sting can be painful to humans and even deadly from some species. Manta ray. Manta rays are a type of fish. They can be found in tropical and subtropical waters all around the world. Manta rays are one of the biggest fish in the world. They can grow as big as 9 meters from fin to fin. They can also weigh as much as 2 small cars. Manta rays are very gentle and curious. They like to play in and be tickled by bubbles that scuba divers make. They are very social and can swim in groups of hundreds. Manta rays jump out of the water and make a splash to talk to each other. Dolphins. Dolphins are mammals that live in tropical and temperate oceans around the world. Dolphins breathe air through a hole in the top of their head, called a blowhole. Dolphins are very clever and very social. They play and hunt together, as well as look after the baby dolphins together. Dolphins squeak, whistle, click, leap out of the water, snap their jaws and butt heads to talk to each other. Sharks. Sharks are a type of fish. They can be found in most ocean habitats, from tropical coral reefs to the Arctic. There are more than 500 different types of sharks. Most types of sharks are apex predators. This means that they have no natural predators. Many sharks have several rows of teeth. They can lose and replace thousands of teeth in their lifetimes. Sharks have been around for over 400 million years. Whales. Whales can be found in all the oceans around the world. Whales are mammals and breathe air through their blowholes, like dolphins. They never sleep because they have to come up to the surface to breathe regularly. There are about 90 different species of whales. The blue whale is the biggest animal that has ever existed, even though they're very big. They eat tiny creatures called krill. One blue whale can eat up to 40 million krill a day. There are so many more creatures that live in the sea, such as crabs, seahorses, starfish, and many more. I hope you've enjoyed learning about these animals today. Thanks for watching. British animals. A British animal is any animal that lives in Great Britain. They mostly live in forests and woodland habitats, but some have adapted to urban areas too. Britain has a diverse range of animal species on land, coast and in the sea. There are over 100 kinds of mammals found in and around Britain. Let's take a look at just a few of those animals now. Foxes. Foxes can be found in almost any habitat in Britain, as long as there's food around. In recent years they have adapted to urban life and can be found in the big cities, searching for food. But they are still common in woodland and farm areas too. They have large fluffy ears with black tips, an orange-red coat, and most famously a big bushy tail. Badgers. Despite their cute appearances, badgers are actually carnivores. They are one of Britain's largest. They have black fur with striking white stripes, and they're typically nocturnal animals. They live in underground tunnels with groups between 4 to 12 adults, and they feast on all kinds of small mammals. Hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are also local to Britain, but they can be found throughout Europe. They're covered in spines and roll up into a ball to protect themselves from predators. Their favourite meal is slugs and worms. Luckily, they've got the powerful claws to dig them out of the ground. Red squirrels. Red squirrels are local to Britain, but their numbers have dwindled since the introduction of the American grey squirrel 125 years ago, because they had to compete for food. They prefer to live in woodland habitats that are full of pine trees in the north of England and Scotland. They have reddish-brown fur, with tufts on their ears and a bushy tail. Red deer. The red deer is the largest mammal in England. They most commonly live in Scotland, but they can also be found in the southwest of England. They have historically lived in woodland habitats, but deforestation has meant that they have had to adopt to live in open areas as well. During the summertime, their famous red coat can be seen, but during the winter it turns brown and grey. Otters. Otters are members of the weasel family, and they spend their time on land and in water, living in alongside rivers and streams where there's plenty of fish to eat. They're secretive and can be quite hard to spot, especially when they can stay underwater for up to 4 minutes. They almost became extinct in the 1960s because of water pollution, but thanks to cleaner rivers and legal protection, they're making a recovery. Common frogs. Common frogs come in a variety of different colours, including red and yellow, but they're most commonly green, brown or grey. They're slippery with webbed feet and can change their skin colour to adapt to their surroundings. They can be found almost anywhere in the UK, even in your garden pond. There are many more animals that live in the UK, such as toads, mice, grass snakes, as well as over 600 species of birds. I hope you've enjoyed learning about all of these animals today. Thanks for watching. Farm animals. Let's take a look at some of the animals that we often find in a farm in the UK. Cows. A male cow is called a bull. A female cow is called a cow. A baby cow is called a calf. There are lots of different types of cows. They can be brown, white, black or a mix. Some have horns and others don't. Some cows have long shaggy hair. Cows eat lots of grass. They also eat hay and grains. Some female cows produce milk that humans drink. Pigs. A male pig is called a boar. A female pig is called a sow. A baby pig is called a piglet. There are many different types of pigs. The pigs on farms are usually pink or black, or a mix of both. Pigs eat lots of different kinds of foods. They eat plants like grass or berries. They also eat insects. They often use their snouts to find food. They have an excellent sense of smell. On farms, lots of pigs eat food made from corn and whey. Whey comes from milk. Sheep. A male sheep is called a ram. A female sheep is called a ewe. A baby sheep is called a lamb. Some sheep have horns and others don't. Sheep eat grass and some other plants. In the winter, they eat hay. In the summer, many sheep are sheared. Their wool coats are used to make jumpers and other warm clothes. Some ewes produce milk that humans drink or use to make cheese. Chickens. A male chicken is called a cockerel or a rooster. A female chicken is called a hen. A baby chicken is called a chick. Only the male chickens say cock-a-doodle-doo. Female chickens lay eggs. A hen usually lays 1 egg each day. These are collected and sold in shops for people to eat. Horses. A male horse is called a stallion or gelding. A female horse is called a mare. A baby horse is called a foal. Horses have different ways of running. A gentle run is called a trot. A faster run is called a canter. And their fastest run is called a gallop. Horses eat grass and hay. They also eat carrots and apples as a treat. On the farm, horses are sometimes used to help carry and pull things. However, many of the horses on farms today are usually kept for people to enjoy riding. Goats. A male goat is called a billy. A female goat is called a nanny. A baby goat is called a kid. Some goats have horns and others don't. Goats mostly eat grass and hay. They can also eat some fruits and vegetables. Goats can climb trees to eat the leaves. Some female goats produce milk that humans drink or use to make cheese. I hope you've enjoyed learning about these farm animals today. Thanks for watching. Pet animals. A pet is a type of animal that usually lives with people in a house. People have lots of different animals as pets. Let's look at some of them now. Dogs. There are lots of different types of dogs in the world. They range from very small, like a Chihuahua, to very big, like a Great Dane. Dogs take a lot of time and patience to train and look after. They need lots of walks and exercise and lots of toys to keep them from getting bored. Most dogs are very friendly and like to be around people. Cats. Cats are usually quiet pets. They love to play with toys. Cats like to be stroked, but you need to be gentle with them. Cats like to have lots of space, so some people let their cats go out of their house and go outside on their own. Most cats eat dry or wet food, which is made of meat. Hamsters. Hamsters are small animals. They are usually kept in a cage with sawdust and hay for their bed. Some hamster cages have tunnels and wheels for the hamsters to run around in. This helps to stop them getting bored. Hamsters like to eat seeds, cereal and fresh fruit, such as apples. They often keep their food in pouches in their cheeks, so they can move it from place to place. Rabbits. Rabbits are very popular pets. Many rabbits like to be stroked, and some will let you pick them up. They like being with other rabbits, so it's best to keep two rabbits together in the same hutch. They need lots of space to hop around and stretch out. Some people let their rabbits out in the garden. Rabbits like lots of fresh vegetables to eat, such as cabbage and broccoli. Guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are small animals. They are similar to hamsters, mice and rats. Guinea pigs can get scared around loud noises, so you need to be quiet and gentle with them. Guinea pigs usually live in a hutch outside. They need straw or hay to eat and also sleep in. Guinea pigs also like to eat fruits and vegetables such as peppers and spinach. Fish. Fish are very popular pets too. Fish need to be kept in a tank called an aquarium. The tanks need to be cleaned often so that the water stays fresh and the fish stay healthy. Some fish, such as tropical fish, need a special heater in their tank to keep the water warm. They may also need salt water rather than fresh water. Fish eat special flakes or pellets you can buy from a pet shop. Birds. There are lots of different birds that you can keep as pets, such as parrots and cockatiels. Some birds can be kept outside in a bird cage called an aviary. Other birds need to be kept indoors, but they still need plenty of space. Indoor birds need a large cage and space to fly around to stretch their wings. Birds such as parrots can eat special bird food you can buy, but they also like seeds and fruits. Lizards. There are loads of different types of lizards that people keep as pets, such as geckos and bearded dragons. Lizards need very special care. They are usually kept in a glass tank. Some lizards need special heat lamps to keep them warm. They also need lots of plants in their tank to give them somewhere to hide. Lizards eat live insects such as crickets and locusts. There are so many more pets, some more unusual than others. These include horses, snakes, spiders, tarantulas and tortoises, to name just a few. Which of these animals would you like for a pet? Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed all of our animal habitat videos. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the Twinkl YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.